Let's go.
Hello.
It
We're
wouldn't be the
live.
start of the stream without breaking some, earbuds.
Yeah,
We're back
we're back. More
so
casts.
soon for a
Yeah.
cast of
Redneck
Division.
Kebaps
Oh
versus
no,
LaFamilia in Division 3. Oh, we're out of sync, you Mac. It's
Div
terrible.
3. And one of these teams is a new team, but not a new team. Kebaps on the left and LaFamilia on the right.
That's
And-
right.
And I was gonna commit to, pronouncing teams right all stream, but seeing as Kebaps is a silly name, seeing as it makes you want to say Kebaps all the time,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna succeed.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So Team Redneck Kebaps is all returning members from other teams, right?
Not entirely. It's made up of quite a few members of 40 Thieves who have disbanded, mixed in with a couple of new faces, I believe.
And we've scrimmed against them recently.
Yeah, so you can't pretend like you know what you're talking about, and
I have no idea.
start giving away all their strats. Oh no, did I join the wrong?
Oh my god, you joined the wrong one.
I know. Well, so did one of the people in Kebaps actually, because they. Right, there we go.
What a noob. So they have they've picked their bands.
Yes, that's right. Yes, sorry. Right, I'm caught up, I think.
Okay. You are getting sorted.
Yeah,
so
I think we're all sorted.
That band
Nothing to worry about.
Sky Temple, Dragonshire, Volskaya, and Boe. So a lot
that's
of
right.
macro-intensive maps band, kind of, with the exception of Boe.
And then, so it's LaFamilia who have the map pick, and they went for Towers of Doom.
Yeah.
Did you mention that?
No, it didn't.
Oh, well, it just appeared on screen. Great timing.
Yeah. Here we are on Towers of Doom, and looks like both teams are hopefully about to say that they're ready to start drafting. So, we're going live bang on time, and everyone's ready to go. Never seen such efficiency.
I know, this is great, and on the one time that I'm not 100% ready. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how LaFamilia do. They sort of I wouldn't say maybe not dominated, but they finished top of Div 4 last season. They won the Div 4 Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So, very strong team.
Here they are again in Div 3.
Exactly.
Yeah. I honestly, my chain of thought wandered then, and I was thinking, what makes a kebab a redneck kebab?
And what did you come up with?
Nothing. Absolutely. I know nothing about rednecks.
Okay.
So,
That's very disappointing.
We will never know the answer to that unless someone puts a comment in chat, and we have started draft. So Poppin is going to be quiet again while he's updating the screen.
Fine, I've already updated the screen, don't you worry.
There's some background noise every few seconds on
I
Poppin's
will
side.
try and be quiet.
He needs to quiet the woman in his life. I think that's what's going on. So
we see the Gul'dan ban from Redneck Kebab. So I know from memory that LaFamilia really love playing Gul'dan. I'm pretty sure they had a really strong win rate with it last season. So it seems a bit weird, but I think the Kebaps maybe they want to keep the meta picks open, don't they? They want to force LaFamilia to ban them.
That's it. We're going to see Johanna Rhaegar ban, surely. There we go. There's the Johanna. And, there was some kind of tricks of trying not to ban one or trying not to ban both so you get one of them as well. Depends how risky they're feeling. Both teams like Johanna. We've seen it in previous seasons. So not surprising Johanna Rhaegar banned out. As per usual. Anub. Anub feels pretty strong at the moment.
Yeah, and I think
not mad at you.
I think that is another LaFamilia comfort. If I remember, they definitely played a nicer new Brack. They really played that sort of aggressive comp really well.
Am I right in saying it's Bronzebeard that's normally the tank?
No, I believe it's Night Raven from memory.
Well, I've slept a few times since last season, forgotten everything that's happened.
Ah, fair enough.
So hi to everyone that came from Heroes Lounge.
Oh yeah, thank
Getting
you.
ready to pop in.
Thank you for the
Pressure.
raid. Yeah, so we see the Valor variant picked up in response to the Stukov. So yeah, Night Raven on that variant. So most likely a main tank variant, but if I, again, just going off memory from last season, they do play offlane variant quite a bit. So we could see, I think it's Turner on the offlane, pick up a main tank and then swap with Night Raven. Maybe. Let's see.
The hacker getting through and the hacker being picked. Nice macro for this map. Yeah, be interesting to see what gets banned out now. It's a bit frustrating at the moment with the Johanna Rhaegar kind of feeling like compulsory bans, just because if you've got that second pick, you you lose kind of quite a lot of the control you can have during the drafting phase. Stitch is a nice ban on this map. This is probably his best map in my opinion. And will the tank choke continue? That's the question. Well, probably not with the variant already gone. CO.
Yeah, like I said, the variant could turn into an offlane, but maybe not on this map against a Darker. I feel like on another map it might be an option for LaFamilia, but
Lucio was picked last season by LaFamilia 9 times and banned against them 10 times, so probably another comfort pick.
Out comes the Brightwing Leeming, so bit of a counter global.
Taunt, Leeming combo, Valor follow up. Don't want to be caught on the end of that.
Kebaps are going to need a good, strong tank here, because Stukov, he doesn't have a cleanse, so they need a tank who can kind of hold their own, right, against that big burst damage.
Yeah, and obviously the last game we cast was down in Div 7. We saw the variant taunt being absolutely punishing there, but up in Div 3, hopefully, they should be getting some nice peels against it. And some foresight actually checking this rather than face checking them.
So we see the Hanzo come out and the Diablo, so that's the big beefy tank I think they need, especially if he goes for like Soul Shield, that if he can cast it then that might be the difference between a dead Dibbles and a living Dibbles.
Yeah, it might depend on Valor's build as well, and obviously later in the game if she does go auto attack, she does chunk Diablo. What do you reckon it will be? Multi-shot?
I don't know, multi-shot seems to be out of favour at the moment, so depends on how brave they're feeling. If they're feeling pretty brave, we could see the AA Valor coming out. That's definitely the strongest.
This is
want to play a bit safer
map for an AA Valor because you're fighting away from the lane so much that you do find yourself in a lot of fights where you have a chance to build up that.
Yeah, that's true.
Build up aggression before whatever it's called. I'm having a complete mind blank.
Hatred? I think.
Hatred, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Both of us, not the DPS players.
Yeah, of course we're not.
Actually are.
Shut up. Yeah, so two quite nice drafts there. I'm remembering to do contest.
I also just want to point out the lack of portrait synergy.
Yeah, portrait synergy is lacking. It's a bit all over the place. There's a bit of an effort on the side of Kebaps. A few that have some carve-up portraits, but it's fine. That's something they can work on as the season goes on. And LaFamilia, they won the playoffs last season, so, they don't think it's important at all.
So are you ready to place your bet quickly before we start?
I'm going to do it in a minute. I'm going to announce the teams first. So on the left-hand side, we have a Gawawawa on Dahaka, Darkov on Sylvanas, Vigi on Diablo, Aresto on Hanzo, and Navariel on the Stukov. That's the Redneck Kebaps.
And for LaFamilia, we've got Blood Edge on Li Ming, Night Raven on Varian, Turno on Ragnaros, Vera on Brightwing, and Bronzebeard on Valor. Always appreciate easy names to pronounce. Just the one to struggle with this time.
I'm believing in the Kebaps for game 1, honestly. I feel like they've got a nice comp, especially when they get the heroics in the wailing arrow and the whatever Hanzo goes for.
I actually also was going to back them, but for the sake of betting against you, obviously, I'm going for LaFamilia now. But yeah, I prefer their draft, definitely. It's that Dahaka value.
Oh, big pressure on the Varian. He's not a tank yet.
Not a tank till level 4, so it is well worth being as aggressive as possible up until then. I think Dahaka's really good at the moment. I think they're going to get a lot of value on this map. Diablo possibly saving Li Ming rather than putting her in trouble.
Yeah, LaFamilia taking a lot of damage here. Brightwing and Val are getting very low, but Hanzo's too low to help confirm any kills. So.
Yeah, so I think like there could have been a nice gank on Li Ming there, and all of LaFamilia were quite low by the end of that fight, but I think both teams just happy to walk away having not lost anyone.
Yeah, so we do see an AA Valor, we were wondering. So Valor's feeling quite confident that they're not going to lose their attack speed stacks. That lone talent.
Race car to Hacker, trying to match Ragnaros for double soak here. So we're going to see a lot of fighting in the bot lane between the two teams while the off laners try to both win the double soak.
So the Kebaps are really putting the pressure on. They know that the red team don't have taunt until level 4, so yeah, they're just flexing a bit, going on the camp, maybe finding a pick. They're giving it a go anyway, right?
They started their camp well before LaFamilia, but they're not going to be able to get the interrupt in time. Bronzebeard backing, so again, another opportunity to get slightly ahead for...
I might be in trouble here. The Brightwing teleport's coming in.
Perhaps a little lack of coordination between the Diablo and the Stukov.
Yeah,
Maybe
never
not.
flip. Never flip.
Maybe they've not had much chance to practice this together, setting up the silence off the Diablo stun. I mean, always flip and have the Stukov ready to follow up.
I suppose. I guess you're right. I know Arresto is the best player on EU. Chat really bigging up the Hanzo player, so we're going to see some epic plays from this Hanzo. It's a cute Hanzo, by the way, so going for more of a sort of a long-range pokey build.
Dragon Arrow, Apoc, Stukov, Silence, Team Wipe. If he's
Seems likely.
Best player EU, he's going to be setting up nice big 4 or 5 man wombo combos off the Dragon Arrow, right?
I guess so, yeah. Here's the taunt on
Sylvanas, and she nearly gets deleted by Li Ming all by herself.
Yeah, if Valor was closer, I think she definitely would have died there.
Vigi wanting to go in on Diablo, but the DPS were backing up, and now Novariol is paying the price for it. But they've got the hacker in the back line. He's very isolated. He needs some help.
His team's too low to go in, really. Oh, nice silence on the Valor. Gets out with a sliver of health.
The taunt wasn't quite back off cooldown enough to...
The Rag's very out of position, and he gets thrown into those towers. So, advantage Kebaps for now.
Interesting rotation by Rag. Here comes the tongue. Nice polymorph. Saves the Brightwing. Li Ming isolated. Takes a lot of damage.
You can't say isolated when we have a Dahaka put in one of the teams. You know, it's so confusing. I know we're not level 10, but...
I'll correct it for 10, I promise.
It was in no man's land, I don't know.
Our position, we'll just stick with our position.
Okay.
Rag's back to top getting his soak, so Dahaka making his way up top.
Yeah, so maybe, do you think that's a little disappointing for the red team? Not because the blue team didn't get any Dahaka value. You know, he burrowed down, but his team was low, so they didn't really get the global value. But red team should be winning these earlier fights with Taunt, right?
I sincerely think that they actually would have won that. Oh, nice stun on the Li Ming.
Oh, it's the Valor.
On the Li Ming, on the Valor.
That's 5% attack speed lost.
Absolutely disappears. Still a bit of lack of coordination with the silence follow-up, but it doesn't really matter when you got the best Hanzo in the EU to delete a Valor, right?
Exactly. So here comes Rag.
Questionable rotation again. The hacker's here to back up. Yeah, I think LaFamilia red team would have won the first objective if Rag hadn't rotated quite so aggressively.
Okay, yeah. That's fair. So, blue team picking up their camp. Red team might be looking at this Diablo here if they can catch him.
I mean, the thing with a taunt variant is, particularly in Div 3, you're not going to get much value if you're just running in a straight line at your target.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be surprising them a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're not going to catch Diablo off guard quite that easily.
So we've got one altar spawning in the middle here. Blue team have this camp on Sapphire camp on bot that needs pushing in.
Punished again. Hanzo trying to follow up, but he's zoned out by the Li Ming, and we're now in a bad position fighting in a choke point. Sylve goes, the hacker goes.
Yeah, Blue
going to give the objective now. Not going to try to poke
I think so, yeah.
Diablo thinks about it, but yeah, zoned out. Zukov in trouble. Taunt. No DPS there to really threaten him.
Yeah. Diablo going into Peel.
Okay.
Yeah, they really committed to that kill, and then the Brightwing teleport came.
Give up the objective and get back to defending.
Mm-hmm.
LaFamilia hitting 10 now, so we'll see what aggression comes out for them. They've got half a level lead. Ming picking up the soak in mid while Hanzo's up in top lane. Here we see
Rag
a
picking
gank
up the camp.
on Rag at the top. Brightwing teleporting in, potentially going to save him. Hanzo not quite being able to put out enough damage, and here comes the taunt.
Done for the counter kill.
On Dahaka incoming.
Well, lots used. He is low. Is he getting away? Really?
Oh, that race car just saving him. Gets through the bush, gets the movement speed increase, and he's away. No catching him. Isolation
in trouble now.
Brightwing.
Oh, nice big dragon arrow.
The APOC combo. And
Gleaming getting away with a sliver. Yeah,
so that's the combo, right? Dragon arrow. APOC.
That is the combo. Yeah.
And there's so many choke points on this map that it's going to be hard to avoid.
Oh, Rag's in trouble now, stands next to that wall. Diablo slams him against it, and surely there's no escape here.
I don't quite know how you don't see that rotation coming. Maybe busy talking about the lost team fight.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Proxy trying to hype up chat, asking for box.
So, blue team being aggro, getting this camp up just before the objective spawns. They might get a favourable engage here if Diablo can find something on this Minky, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think they realise how split LaFamilia is. Oh, Brightwing loses half health very quickly there, so she's going to want to teleport to someone as soon as possible.
That's very nicely done. That was good for Kebaps to get the quick channel. They still had APOC and Wailing Arrow on cooldown, so...
And they
good that they managed to get that for free.
The Sapphire camp, and they get to do their own one now as well.
Yeah, LaFamilia need to start getting some picks. That's their comp, but they've not really managed it yet, have they? They nearly got the kill on the hacker on top, and
the hacker and Rag, interesting, are still fairly neck and neck in terms of XP, but the hacker's movement speed is obviously just getting away from it now, and I think Rag is really starting to struggle to keep up with this soak from the Dahaka. Especially if he's going to be tonguing him on the rotations.
Yeah, okay, Diablo maybe stepping up. His team have a level 13 advantage, so maybe a bit of aggression here.
And yeah, all the ults are off cooldown, they're ready for the combo.
There's Dragon Arrow, there's the APOC.
Yeah.
Cleanse from Brightwing's not enough. Stukov Silence.
Varian pays the price. Hanzo manages to get back to safety. Rag comes down, but it's too late. Valor also falling, and you're going to see some aggression now trying to take this bell tower.
Yeah, the whole team's here. I don't see them not getting, especially with Sylvanas' trait. That's the second time Valor's died, so she's lost 10% attack speed from her Gambit talent. As Dahaka goes in for a tongue.
Diablo going to be very happy with that. And to be honest, like, there wasn't anything forcing LaFamilia into a choke point there. That was middle of the lane, out in the open, and that combo still worked. So, yeah, it's going to be very scary for them fighting around objectives. And
Here comes the taunt and the Rain of Vengeance on the Syl, but she's going to be okay. It's actually Valor who falls down thanks to a really strong Stukov silence.
He's got the expanding silence, he's got the reduced cooldown on it now. This is where Stukov questionably gets too powerful. Will he be nerfed in the future? Because look, he's just keep interrupting this, particularly if they're going to be grouping up around the objective. Here it comes again.
Yeah, really nice poke from the Rag trait, but like the Stukov silence is doing the same thing, just getting the interrupts as Leeming's in a lot of trouble here, but she should just be okay.
Oh, smash out on Stukov though, he falls. Leeming dodges the Hanzo arrow, and Rag actually getting a lot of value with the aggressive flank that time. Not enough to win the team fight. Still ongoing.
Yeah, so many on the red team are low, but they managed to get out with alive. So it's a one-for-one trade now. The blue team don't have sustain, so they need to get out of there pretty quick. And they managed to after tunneling the objective.
Leeming probably doesn't feel like she's having to push that far forward to hit the orbs, but because of those repetitive Stukov silences in the choke point, she's actually pushing further forward than the Varian, which is what put her at risk in that fight.
Yeah.
She's got to be careful of that, and I bet it doesn't feel good thinking, oh, hang on, I'm walking forward just to keep putting in my poke damage. She wants to go back.
Yeah, for sure.
Varian heading up to their camp.
Yeah, blue team have just hit 16.
Get a chance to invade this. They've got enough time.
Here comes the hacker, they're definitely looking.
Yeah.
They've not got APOC or Wailing Arrow, but they're still going in onto the Valor, and she gets absolutely deleted.
Disappears. I actually almost thought she'd blinked away then, it was that quick. But Brightwing also falls, and Varian is not getting away either. Yeah. They had that slight warning of obviously the opposing team's camp being taken, but the hacker showing in mid, Rag showing in top. It was definitely on for a nice invasion there. And I think that's, what, the 4th time this game they've invaded the Sappers? They didn't actually manage to cap them themselves, but you've got to be expecting the aggression.
Yeah. Very nicely done. 3 altars up now. LaFamilia should be back in time to contest. They are at even talent tiers. So, this is their chance to get back in the game, isn't it?
Comments in chat saying Stukov OP.
He is pretty OP, let's be honest.
I mean, how long do we have to wait for the next set of nerfs? And again, as a Johanna player, I think it's well due nerfing her already. I'm bored of Johanna being banned.
2 altars going over to the blue team here, which leaves the red team score on 5 points. Not trying to be greedy that time and get the extra one, they didn't have an advantage, so...
Red team not trying to contest the bottom for Bell Tower at the moment. Instead, kind of loitering around the boss. I don't think they think it's a good idea. Clearly kind of in 2 minds of it, how long they took to decide to really start it.
The Dragon Arrow should be coming out any second now, I think. There it is.
Hacker's got the bow that displaces them, so... APOC, combo...
Valor, Rag. Varian's going down any second, no doubt.
Come on, Brightwing. Nope. Yep, Varian goes down. I think that kind of smelt a bit of desperation. Like they knew it was a bad decision, and they're just thinking we need something to get back into the game here.
Ming nearly falling to the Stukov silence, but just gets away on about 60 health. Yeah, it's definitely one last throw of the dice. Top's gonna fall. You won't be surprised to see mid fall again. Varian's not back for 20 seconds, so...
Now, obviously Hot's very much known as a game with great comeback mechanics, but I don't think there's any way they come back in this right now.
Yeah.
10 seconds left on Varian.
I think they were just hoping that the blue team would, make a mistake. Maybe one person, maybe a Hanzo or Syl checking the boss and they get taunted, But blue team being very well disciplined.
Redneck Kebaps did a good job getting the aggression on early and just keeping it up throughout the game.
Here's the taunt under Hacker, but he just burrows away. Bit of a Dragon Arrow just to stall them and stop them from getting to this bottom altar.
I think he's just looking for glory now at this final stage, trying to pick up a few extra kills before the channel's done. And that is GG. Game number 1 going to Redneck Kebaps.
Yeah, very nicely
Kebaps,
done.
not kebabs, as much as I want to say kebabs.
Ah, it's
And
close enough, right?
now that we got the extra viewers from Heroes Lounge, can anyone tell me what a redneck kebab is? What does the redneck make a kebab? How is it any different? The only thing I can think is that rednecks would put a load of chili in there or something. I must know. I consider myself an expert on the kebab. So you're going to be looking over to Heroes Lounge Discord, see what is going to be picked next.
So LaFamilia going first pick. So
I think, I mean, obviously teams that have played together for multiple seasons now, they're going to have strategies for any map that comes up. That being forced to ban Johanna Rhaegar, or having a strategy for Johanna Rhaegar at the moment, just makes having first pick so valuable.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can't imagine many teams going for map picks this season. But
Although,
the only time that you can, you know, you'd need to leave some heroes unbanned, right? And say, right, well, fine, you've got first pick, you can have one of these OP heroes, but we're taking on as well.
yeah, and I was about to say that as a Johanna player, Johanna is quite a nice counter to Rhaegar.
Mm.
Like, actually, if you're gonna let them have the Rhaegar, picking up the Johanna yourself does offset that a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if anyone's developed a strategy already for just let the first pick have Rhaegar or Johanna, and then we'll play a comp against it.
Yeah. So we'll see Infernal Shrines chosen by the Redneck Kebaps.
Nice. I mean, it's everyone's favorite map.
I mean, it's not everyone's
Most
favourite one,
picked
but yeah,
Heroes Lounge
it
across,
is. Yeah, it's the
yeah,
most popular
most
map.
picked across most divisions, basically.
Yeah.
Everyone has a strategy for it. It's the most where it's like the most stereotypical heroes of the Storm map,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, don't ban anything meta proxy and just say, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if all three get through, you can pick up two, you know, as second pick, right?
Let them have Rhaegar, you have Stukov, Johanna. Fair trade.
Yeah, if they first pick Johanna, you pick Rhaegar Stukov. Double
Fair.
support shenanigans. I don't know. Maybe. I've lost against that in Storm League like a couple of years ago, right? I don't know.
Time for us to start practicing. Did you just say a couple years ago so you didn't have to admit it was
No, not
I
recently.
lost
No.
last night. Well, Commander is gonna make the lobby. I am obviously eagerly anticipating joining it. Wait, who won? Oh, for fuck's sake, you got my points.
I know, I'm sorry.
Damn it, I get to bet first this time.
Fine, if you insist.
In fact, should I be confident enough to just bet on Redneck Kebaps before even seeing the draft based on how much they dominated there?
I mean, you can do, but, you know, I definitely saw some matches last season where LaFamilia, you know, their record over the season was really good. They didn't always, you know, win 2-0. I think we beat them in one map, and then they're really good at bouncing back, I feel. You know.
Well, don't use us as an example. Jesus.
I mean, okay, fine. But
The reason they're in Div 3 and we're in Div 4 still, I get it. Yeah,
all right.
Why would you point that out? Do you think they're going to respect Bandahaka after that?
Yeah, I mean, he's strong on Infernal Shrines, right? It's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
Having that first pick, they might just, they don't need to ban two, you know, the big three heroes. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to see that Darker ban. I thought it was played quite nice.
It's one of my favourite Stukov maps as well, so could be that their hands are already tied for what they're banning this game. I mean, what was it they banned last time? Full stat something?
It's your job to remember these things.
I don't remember anything.
The blue team banned Gul'dan and comfort pick. Anubarak.
Lucio. I saw
No,
Lucio,
Anubarak,
wasn't
and
it?
then Lucio, yeah, and then the red
Yeah.
team, obviously the Johanna Rhaegar.
I was having this perhaps controversial opinion with being earlier. Main tanks.
Mhm.
Johanna S tier.
Okay.
Anubarak A tier.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
fair.
there's like 6 tanks that are all B tier. I actually think Anubarak is better than most of the other tanks as well.
Yeah, he feels pretty strong at the moment. Like he is still a bit, maybe a
It's still
little
a bit
lightweight,
squish.
but yeah,
Yeah.
you don't notice it as much. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm being called out. Novarial pointing out that we clearly have a hierarchy within our portraits. You're not meant to agree, Poppin. You need to keep
Well,
me
it's
on
true.
side.
Oh
What
yeah,
will you
yeah.
do if I'm unionizing. I need better rights. I want to be the Kerrigan. You need to be the Zergling.
A mid-cast mutiny.
I know what happens if I mutiny. Beanfish is ready to go. You'd replace me like that.
He is waiting. He's got his casting helmet on. He's ready to
Poppin's
swoop in if
ruthless.
you drop
You
out.
heard it here first. Everyone thinks, oh, sweet and innocent content manager. Nah, he's bloodthirsty, I tell you.
So
He rules Coco with an iron fist.
you were throwing a bit of hate on the portraits earlier. LaFamilia have synergized up. They've all got
Sorted
the
it out.
Carbot horse portrait.
They are looking good.
Yeah, after the draft, I will leave it on the loading screen just so people can appreciate some good portrait synergy.
Now, Novarial has a Lily portrait that I feel like they've had for a very long time. So I think the rest of their team just need to get on board with Lily.
I mean, you can't argue with a bit of Lily. Okay, right, both teams are ready
Everyone's
now. Just
ready.
a slight delay.
Yeah.
So
we're going to see Johanna, Rhaegar, Stukov, and Dahaka Band, yeah?
yeah, there's the Hanzo to consider as well. Very strong Hanzo.
I think you let them get the hands on you just kill it.
Yeah, you can try and be a bit
Go-
more
Go
divey
Tyrael's
and
Ponyo and just jump on it.
insane, Yamek, but we'll see. It might happen.
I don't think anyone's a Tyrael player, are
You don't see too much of it, do you, in Lounge?
they? Nah.
But you never know.
Say it, they did play it twice last season.
Yeah?
Yeah, LaFamilia. And Illidan last season as well. Ooh, spicy.
So we see the Stukov ban.
Stukov ban. I'm on track, come on. How much can I bet on getting the bans right? Oh, Gul'dan, respect ban, okay.
So Kebaps sticking with the respect ban. So
Yeah,
Johanna Rhaegar are open for LaFamilia here if they want them. I know they like Johanna. That's for sure.
They're gonna get one of them at this rate, so happy days.
But that's the thing is that Kebaps can not ban one of them and they get the other, so they can let the Rhaegar through if they want the Johanna and.
There's the Dahaka ban. I mean, it was strong, and like I said, with the silence and the choke points on the last map from the Stukov, there was just no way of pushing in that easily.
Yeah.
And it would be exactly the same on this map. Johanna banned, so they're letting them have Rhaegar.
Yeah,
Here
we
comes
get
the
to see a doggy. Woof woof.
I love that we just assume they will pick it. Like, there's no option in our brain. They're having that conversation now of like, but we don't actually play it. Should we pick it?
Interestingly, Turno has picked it up, who is the offlaner for LaFamilia. Is it an offlane Rhaegar? Is it, is it like you say, is it just that the support doesn't play Rhaegar maybe?
I mean, not many people did play Rhaegar that regularly before the update.
Yeah, we see the Valor Leoric come out in response.
And you don't really get much chance to play him since the updates.
Yeah, that's interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on the rest of their drafts. It might be a double support here.
Love the Leoric pick on this map, and he's pretty good against Rhaegar as well. As in, he doesn't care too much about the Rhaegar.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't really help his team out.
There's the Anubrak that they like, and a Cassia.
Cassia's going to synergize nicely with the Rhaegar pick and the Anu pick.
Yeah.
They should free her up to be quite aggressive here.
Yeah, and a Nubarak, like I say, a bit more aggressive, might be able to put a bit more pressure on the, potential Hanzo or even just the Valor.
Yeah, she should be able to put a lot. Like she should be able to deal with the Valor if they're positioned near to each other. Ragban.
Ragban, yeah. Not wanting to deal with that. Seeing Turno pick up the Rhaegar makes me think they won't play Ragnaros though, right?
Yeah, because who will now? Unless they just swap him off.
Unless they might swap him off it. Maybe they have another Rag player, but I don't know. It's maybe there's just nothing else they can think to ban. I don't know.
I mean, right now I'm quite excited by LaFamilia's comp.
If it's an offlane Rhaegar, I'm loving it.
What's main support will they be going?
I don't even know.
Can I question why Ariel isn't getting much love at the moment? I feel like she's really strong right now.
She's fine.
She can
The Anduin and the main tank Imperious. Interesting.
Yeah.
Are we going to see like an Ufa from Redneck Kebaps? Because I was thinking Ufa might come out for the red team as well.
No, I think they still want more damage with that, right? They're going to be able to, like, counter-engage, let the Anub burrow in and focus the Anub.
I guess. And what's it going to be? Lucio, of course,
Lucio.
Yeah, we know they like Lucio. We forgot about him.
I mean, they've got enough damage there.
Yeah, so it is an offlane Rhaegar, which is exciting. I want to see how that works. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this, like the main tank Imperious, the Valor. It can't just be another DPS.
Murky incoming, and I wouldn't be angry at that. Murky could run that Rhaegar all over the map.
Yeah, you would love to see it. Maiev, okay. Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be another support or a supporty hero or more frontline. So Maiev, yeah, okay.
I know you're going to disagree with me here, but I don't imagine many Hanzo players also being many, like, Maiev players as well. Like, they're quite different heroes.
Yeah, but if Arresto's a skilled player, then it's two good heroes to build at.
Where you putting your money then, Poppin?
I don't know. You can choose first. I'll leave this on the screen so you can have a look at the portraits. Yeah, you go first. You wanted to go first, because we admire LaFamilia's portrait synergy.
I'll tell you why I'm going for Rednecks. Just because I actually don't like the Tychus with the Cassia that much. Foxy's betting for Team B as well.
I don't have any points, apparently. And I don't think I can get any because I can't watch myself to accumulate them.
Oh no, how terrible.
Okay, let's go to the games. Cool, so map number 2. See Darkov on the Valor, Vigi on the Imperious, Gawawawa on the Leoric, Aresta on the Maiev, and Navariel on the Anduin. It's Redneck Kebaps, and they are 1-0 up in this series.
And LaFamilia, who have a really nice comp, is Blood Edge on Cassia, Fierasa on Lucio, Night Raven on Anub, Bronzebeard on Tychus, and Turno on the offlane Rhaegar.
Yeah, chat calling that Aresta's going to win this game for the blue team. What happened?
I mean, you're very confident in his abilities. I just... Anub being reminded how squishy he is, particularly at this stage of the game. And a lot of damage coming out on Maiev.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's the Tychus Cassia that I think puts me off LaFamilia's comp here.
Yeah, I wouldn't normally pair them together, especially when you're going for like the Anubarak dive. You want a bit more burst. You want I don't know. Yeah, something a bit burstier, but we'll see.
So Rhaegar got up top quickly and is double soaking. So he's planning to get ahead of this Leoric and stay ahead of him. So we'll see how he manages there, and we're going to have 4 men brawling out on bot and fighting over camps potentially.
Yeah, so Rhaegar going for the Lightning Shield build. I've not even really processed offlane Rhaegar, but I'm assuming that Lightning Shield is as strong for offlane Rhaegar, I guess?
If he's planning to win the double soak, I guess that's how he's planning to do it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It'll be interesting to see how that does, how the stacking goes. 14 so far out of 300. We've got a multi-shot Valor on the blue team. Bit of AoE damage following up on the, the Maiev pulls, the Entombs and whatnot.
It means she can sit back and not worry too much about building up the hatred before the Anub burrows in on her as well. Like, AA, she's going to be forward and she's going to be the target in the fights.
Yeah. A bit of a skirmish over this camp here.
Yeah. The double soak strat is going to force this fight on bot camp almost every time, isn't it?
A nice pull by Maiev on 4.
Pull. Really nice pull.
And Knives resets coming out.
Booping everyone to safety, but
Tychus gets
really
speared.
Know why Tychus turned around?
Yeah. That was a nice bait, but nice bait from the Anduin there. I'm surprised that the red team went that deep there when they couldn't see the rest of them.
Yeah. And they are clearing up bot camp and heading up to Bruisers at the same time. So they're going to have nice macro pressure going into this next objective. Lucio, Anub, and Cassio all looking to clear bot lane. So they've got 21 seconds, so they probably won't be that late.
Yeah, they should be okay.
Bruisers, that's for sure.
Yeah, they don't have time for that. Maiev just having a bit of a scout.
But given the fact they'll be able to clear the bruisers and top, it's not that big of a loss, it's just a bit of XP they had.
Are we going to see a Bloodlust come out of the Rhaegar? Or is he going to play it safe and have an extra save with the Ancestral?
There's no one on his team that would be upset about Bloodlust, but
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it could be nice. I just don't know how hard you want. Like, there's a lot of potential for counter kills on Redneck's team, so I don't know how much you do just want to face check him. Talking of face checking, Anub very far forward, managed to save himself from the stun. But here's the Maio pull. Leoric's in, Imperius is in, but the counter damage coming out on the Leoric, he is gonna fall.
Yeah, it was a nice engage from the Maiev, and she got a nice, grouped everyone up nicely, but yeah, they couldn't really confirm any kills. This has given LaFamilia a chance to catch up on minions. They were about 20 behind, but now they're just about taking the lead.
Nice route into spear combo there, but again, Anub dives in and they are not able to secure the kills because they're too worried about saving themselves, which is a good job.
Rhaegar on about 200 health.
Rhaegar. And Rhaegar having to leave Cassio because there was just too much pressure on him. The Punisher goes the way of LaFamilia, and I think Imperius and Maiev just accepting their fate here. Stalling it out.
Yeah, Leoric fell as well to the Punisher, I think. I miss that, but...
Imperius gets out and look at Rhaegar, running off to lanes, get that double soak in.
Yeah, nicely done by the red team.
Not nicely done by Anduin. Very lucky to walk away from that, and the new falls instead. Didn't quite have the damage there to back up. No Cassia, no Rhaegar.
Yeah. Half the full health gone, so decent objective. But yeah, that Anubrak kill could have changed things there. If it had been Anduin who went down, maybe red team could have got the entire fort, maybe.
Yeah, I'd be pretty confident that they would have had the fort there with the Anub still spawning in beetles. Leo having to go up to soak, but he's taking a bit of pressure.
Blue team picking up their camp. Doing the same.
Leo wanting to get into the swing of double soaking again, and Rhaegar being a bit slower to do it because he's obviously helping them out with the camp. So this could let them get back into the game. Spear comes out on Lucio, but Imperius is alone, again as Anub goes in. So this seems to be the plan here, is let Imperius spear someone, then Anub just dives the back line.
Yeah, and then Maev's being quite patient. She's waiting for the red team to start grouping up and looking for, maybe punishing that Imperius. They're going to group up and then Maev's going to punish them.
So who can kill the squishies or the tanks first, right?
Exactly. Red team looking at this camp. They might not get it just in time.
Oh,
they do.
Imperius missing his spear, but Maiev does not miss and groups everyone up, getting the resets on her fan and knives, but not enough.
Yeah, red team hit level 10 here. Out comes the Odin. That finishes off the Anduin. Nice ball lightning on the Valor. That takes her down. Yeah, some nice quick picks there. Red team hit level 10. You know, the fight was already kind of swinging in their favour, but they waste no time in starting a push here. And the next objective does spawn on bots, so this is perfect timing for them.
They're getting a lot of value from that fight then. And not really a lot to save the Anduin at the end of the fight there. I think once the fight started to turn, Leo made his way out, Maya was dead, and everyone was just backing out, and Anduin stuck around a little bit too long.
Yeah, what's not working for the blue team? Because it was a nice engage by the Maiev, it grouped them up, so we're getting the resets, but I don't know, they're just missing a little bit of follow-up there to help the Maiev?
Honestly, what's not working for them is they're engaging with the Imperius, and then the Imperius is getting punished so quickly that he's not able to do anything while a noob just chases his backline around. Yeah. I'd rather see... I'd be keen to see Rednecks try to be the counter engage next time.
Yeah. Well, Leo escapes the gank on top, but the fort does get finished off by the red team as the blue team look to take a fight. Cocoon on Anduin. Here's Warden's Cage.
Light bomb coming out now, and look at the the resets from Maiev. He's getting lots of value in this fight, and he's going to get more value here again.
Yep, Tychus falls, Anubrak falls, and Cassia falls. Full team wipe against the red team, and only Leoric falls, and that's never too bad, is it?
That actually felt like it worked out really well having the Anduin in the cocoon, because he was able to just come out halfway through the fight with a nice light bomb and kill people.
So full aggression, taking that bruiser camp. Maiev managed to finish her pin down quest at level 4 in that fight, so that's a nice bit of extra damage.
And yeah, maybe the answer to your question of what does Rednecks have to do to win is just have their ults, because that's what was different there, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So we do see the Ancestral from Rhaegar, which is Tilted Proxy. In chat, no Bloodlust, sadly. Bloodlust Odin would be great.
Very correctly, there has been a couple spears missed in the engage. So the first one he went to spear Anub, and Anub interrupted it. Light bomb coming out on Anduin himself, but unstoppable, keeping him alive. Here comes the Maya value. Who's going to die? And Imperius going back in.
Oh, Anubrak falling low, but does get out. Yeah, 2 for 1 in favour of the red team. Yeah, some nice Maya value, but he's getting really punished by the Tychus. He is just clicking on her, and she's getting destroyed. And because Anduin's either dead or under a lot of pressure himself, he's struggling to heal her.
I'm certainly no Maya player, but you don't want to be standing still hitting those fan and knives or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's a tough one. If your team
just hitting you, you need to be moving around a bit more and avoiding that damage.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, but she was putting out a lot of damage, so I don't know, it's a tough one. Nice Rain of Vengeance from Valor, but she gets very low. She does fall.
Or deleted. The Cassia was a very good pick against the Valor, and they just need one more monster to get the objective.
Yeah, Maiev might teleport in for it, or Imperius is coming around the top. They do secure it, but they might get punished for it. Nice light bomb. Rhaegar goes down, as does Lucio. Maiev does fall, and Anduin might get away here.
Imperius going to spear over the wall. Anduin gets out, and they now need to go back and deal with a Punisher.
Yeah, nicely done by the blue team. Attempted peeling in Tomb, misses the Tychus. Anduin is so low. Tychus really going deep for this kill. And he doesn't get it. Cassia confirms it, but Tychus and Cassia are going to fall. Meanwhile, a Punisher is pushing in bot lane, uncontested. Considering Tychus and Cassia aren't there, that's not doing much, is it, this Frozen Punisher?
It's really not doing much. It's just about tanking shots, isn't it, rather
Yeah. And honestly, I wrote Cassia off and she's just appeared on the screen. I don't know how she got out of that. I'm assuming it's the level 13 War Traveller, which lets you mount up instantly.
Yeah, Cassia is also one of those heroes that, like, yeah, she's good for getting away from fights. When she's low health, she can still surprisingly put out a load of damage on you. So easy to underestimate a Cassia.
Yeah. Blue team taking this camp. Red team, they're waiting till 16 before they go aggressive here. Rhaegar was top as well, so not being too greedy and going for that fight. waiting for it to be on their terms.
I was kind of hoping to see an invade here, but no, not quite that lucky. Bit slow. Anduin left. He's always the last to back out, isn't he?
Yeah, there's the cocoon on Anduin. Red team going in.
But this is a
nice
bad
rain of
choke point to
vengeance.
take this fight in. It was a nice cleanse from the Lucio, but that still left 2 of them to die.
Yeah, nice Maiev pull into the light bomb. Ancestral comes out on
Anduin
Cassia.
isolated alone at the bottom, so Anduin's dead. And
Svala might still fall. Nice slows from Rhaegar. But here's the Entomb on 4. Maiev gets very low.
Yeah. And Leo falls. I understand why that Entomb baited them.
Yeah, I think the double support is working really well for Red team because they seem to be like falling behind in these fights and then just completely turning them on their heads, yeah. Right?
Once that initial engage has come out and all the damage has been put out, Maiev or Imperius die, and then they're just still there fighting while while normally Anduin's trying to run to safety.
Yeah, Proxy thinks that the cocoon should be going on Imperius. Because that time it was kind of before the fight, wasn't it? To try and have a bit of an engage on Anduin, so I guess they were just trying to isolate him there.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could pretty much do it on any of them. I mean, I'd ignore the Leo, I'd ignore the Valor probably.
Team picking up the bruises.
I'd be quite tempted to re-watch some of these fights and just see how Anduin's ending up alone. Like, he does always seem to be isolated in the fight, cut off from the rest of the team somehow. Yeah. And it might just be because the Imperius and Maiev are running in, that there's then no one left to actually feel for him.
Yeah. Red team having a bit of a push on mid. Here comes the Leoric, maybe looking for an Entomb if you can find one.
I think he was definitely thinking about it, but he realised it wasn't a noob and it might have been a bit of a waste.
Yeah. So they've opened up the wall and the towers are down, so that, especially if they're chasing in the fight, that's a big advantage for the red team, as Vala's quite out of position, but she'll just get the Anduin pull.
She's safe, but is Imperius going to pay the price for it now?
Here comes the Maiev cage. She is cocooned immediately. Imperius does go down. Ancestral on the Tychus keeps him alive as Maiev is getting punished.
Not able to stay alive here.
Ah, she is okay. The Anduin pull is just enough. While Odin's up, red team hard pushing this. Imperius is still dead for 30 seconds, so
I understand why the Imperius went in, because the Valor was in so much trouble. But as soon as that pull came out from the Anduin, the Imperius was doomed. He had no chance of getting out.
The red team spotting opportunity for the keep here. They've got the camp and 2 catapults. Imperius is still dead, so forget about mid and where the objective's pushing. They're going to get this keep. There's a good reaction there. Very nicely done. Imperius is back now. I assume they're just going to focus on that objective. Quite a few ults missing for both teams. So.
18 kills to 13. I'd say it's been feeling like the kills have been much more in the favour of LaFamilia.
Yeah, possibly. So here come the blue team trying to take the pre-20 fight. Red team backing off. They know they've got a bit of a minion lead and they can just soak up 20.
I'm surprised they're extending that far in mid lane when they know that Rednecks are just above them.
Yeah, it's a little bit risky.
Maybe. I mean, Imperius was thinking about it, but I think it felt too much like a bait.
Yeah, I think with the heroes that were doing it, the Rhaegar, you know, he's got his insta-mount. Lucio's really fast, he's got the high 5. Cassia can insta-mount. They're the 3 heroes that you'd probably want there, right? Yeah, the red team have hit 20, so that makes sense. We've got infinite ball lightning, which is going to get massive value if the blue team are grouping up and, you know, getting this Maiev value. House party from Lucio.
Struggle to melt this Punisher very quickly. They're going to be able to bait it easily over the wall, but then it won't be enough. Like, look at the gate's already gone basically, so there's the jump and there's no follow-up. It's still going to be half health by the time this support goes down. Odin's popped.
Yeah, that keep absolutely melts. I think red team might need a...
Now.
Yeah, they need a kill here.
Again. Oh, light bomb wasted. Valor's goes down. And the Orc is very lucky to get out.
Yeah, Maiev making a play. nice fault of the Wardens to avoid some of the damage, but she does fall. Imperius goes down. Punisher jumps on Leo and Anduin. Leo falls. Anduin is running for his life down bot lane. He will live, but the core will not.
Double support keeps everyone alive there. And
Yeah.
that is...
I really liked the offlane Rhaegar there. That seemed like a nice pick up.
Do you think they were lacking... Because the Maiev was doing a very good job of keeping everyone up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think what they were lacking was that blow up then to follow up on that?
I think so, yeah. Like that's what I meant like early on, and then it seemed to continue throughout the game. Like maybe like I don't know, maybe a Kale Fast. Like imagine how much value a Kale Fast would have got from Maiev grouping them up like that. I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't have quite worked with a Kale Fast, but you know what I mean. It's
Or maybe even if instead of a Leoric, if it was like a Sonya Leap.
yeah,
Or...
yeah, that too. Yeah, it just needed a bit more like multi-shot Valor. Like I don't know. I feel like since it got nerfed, multi-shots a bit average. You know, it's not. It doesn't feel like it hurts as much as it did back when it was the meta build. Like it's still fine, but yeah, I don't think it's the blow up they needed.
No, because Valor was times doing a good job punishing like the noob or isolating people, but she also had the Cassia to deal with. Once the Cassia
Yeah.
finds out on her, she's backing up, isn't she?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're gonna go to 5K.
Yeah.
And they've already picked him up.
Proxy wants to know if you can play offlane Rhaegar, and the answer is maybe. No map just yet, but Kebaps going for first pick, so again, losing team going for first pick. No surprises there.
Are you sure there's no map?
Isn't I can't see a map. Can you see a map?
It's there.
Have they? Oh, they just okay.
They just skipped discussing it and put it
Wow.
straight in chat.
Outrageous.
So we just have Redneck Kebaps asking for a couple minutes before the next game. Maybe they need to compose themselves after that defeat. Bit of a shock. Do you know what? Everything we discussed, we forgot to make the most important point. I know why LaFamilia won that game.
Yeah? Why is that?
It's because they sorted out their portraits beforehand.
Ah, yes, of course.
Changed it to matching portrait, and that's it. They asserted their dominance.
It all makes perfect sense now, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you'd never want to say like lost in draft, but it definitely felt like they were missing something to be able to become that double support healing.
Yeah.
And the Lucio high fives did like Maiev would tether 4 people, Lucio high fives someone else, 2 of them get out, and suddenly it's not a full team wipe either.
Yeah, that's true. And that Lightning Shield Rhaegar build doing very well. Totem build. Get value, I think.
What was it last season? Lucio picked 9 times, banned 10?
Was it?
Ban Lucio.
Yeah, that could be a point.
And Rhaegar.
Yeah, we could see the return of Dahaka as well here. So we're on the first map.
There's too many bans to think about, so you're going to have to let something through that you don't want to play against at this stage.
Yes, you know, we might see... I could possibly see the Gul'dan getting through, maybe not. Or they might stick with their guns and...
I mean, do you know what build Gul'dan he played?
I'm pretty sure Drain Life. I'm definitely... when we were getting ready to play them, I'm sure I saw it was Drain Life.
Wouldn't be outrageous on this map, I guess. What? Now they're ready.
Yeah, we've got one team ready, we're ready. The team who didn't ask for 2 to 3 minutes, well, they might be ready. Maybe they're having a few minutes of their own.
As soon as you see the other team ask for a couple minutes, you go off and do your stuff as well.
Yes,
Fill up
yeah,
your
yeah.
water, prepare your hot cocos, you know.
Oh, here we go into draft.
I think it's past my bedtime now, Poppin. I don't remember agreeing to 3 games.
Well, too bad. We are going into map 3 now, Kerstolo. Gul'dan ban, no wavering from the Kebaps. They do not want to play against that Gul'dan. I think a good, yeah, a good Gul'dan who can, land some really clutch horrifies. That's just nasty, isn't it? In coordinated play, like horrifies just change team fights.
With the hacker staying banned out,
Yeah,
understandably.
a new ban and a bit of respect there, and a lot of meta heroes are getting through this ban phase. I think.
They're doing the trade this time.
There's the Stukov.
Rhaegar will have Johanna.
Yeah, and the red team will be happy with Johanna, I think.
But does Redneck prefer Johanna to Rhaegar? Again,
Yeah, that I'm not sure of. They want the Johanna.
she is
I mean,
nice against a Rhaegar, so I would
I think,
make that argument as a Johanna player. I'd be like, yeah, let me
yeah.
have it.
There's the Falstad pick. Are we going to see the Rhaegar? I feel like you wouldn't want to give them the.
Yeah, you don't want to give it to them, and you just won with it. So
Yeah. Okay, so that's picked up by Firaza, the support player. So I was going to say, like, offlane Rhaegar doesn't seem quite as good here, does it?
If you're not going to get that double soak value, double soak Rhaegar.
Yeah.
It's
So.
like the new thing where you used to see people picking Rhaegars just to go through camps.
Yeah. Are we going to see an Ando in here maybe to pair with the Johanna? No, we're seeing the Brightwing for the global. And Li Ming. I'm surprised we didn't see the Hanzo from Aresta. It was played really well on the first map, and whenever I see this map, I just want to play Hanzo.
It's a nice Ming map as well.
It's a perfectly fine Ming map, but like I say, I don't know. For me, just whenever I see this map, I'm just like, yep, I'm the Hanzo. That's me.
You're giving away your secrets. You're never going to get to play him now this season.
Oh well. There's the Hanzo ban, even though the Hanzo player is already picked, but maybe Navarro. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Navarro plays it as well. Maybe, I don't know, for like a double pokey hero. Deathwing ban. Definitely a strong map for him. We could see the Turno on the Ragnaros again. That's a good rag map if he fancies a bit of Lava Wave, perhaps.
And it's going to be Jin May.
Okay.
Against Johanna isn't great pick.
Yeah, especially if Johanna goes for double blinds, which I've heard is quite a strong talent.
I won't disagree too hard. It's all right. I keep getting flamed at the moment. Every time I play Johanna,
the life of a Yemek.
People get angry at me and say I should go blinds.
We see the ETC, offlane ETC coming out from Gawawawa, and Novariel picking up the Junkrat.
Well, you're not going to let me go borrow the hacker, so instead I'm just going to go stage dive, maybe?
Yeah. So, a bit of a roll swap for the Kebaps, with Darkov on the Brightwing and Novariel on the Junkrat now.
That said, if you know Gust is on cooldown, what's stopping you from moshing at the moment? Not a lot.
Chen, interesting on this map. I don't know if I like the Chen yet or not.
Don't know if I like the damage on Rednecks. Who you voting for? Where's your money at? You get to pick first.
Tough one. I'm thinking the blue team. Like, I don't know. I'm not like the Chen might be really nice, but I love Chen, and I wouldn't have picked him here. So
You're not thinking, oh, I get to jump on that pesky Li Ming player and get revenge for when he was playing Hanzo.
Yeah, but just like, if there's a camp, if they get the camp and the Chen needs to clear it up before coming to the objective, he's so slow at that, and it's the. Overall, I don't.
Very, very boring off lane Chen against ETC.
Yeah.
If any
That's the
drama
thing is
happens
that.
there, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, like Chen can be a real bully in the off lane, but ETC doesn't care. He's just gonna do a bit of soak and then stage dive, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's 1-1.
I think if you're ETC, you go Mosh, yeah.
Really? We'll see. It's 1-1, deciding match of the series. We've got Navariel on the Junkrat, Gawawawa on the ETC, Vigi on the Johanna, Darkov on the Brightwing, Aresta on the Li Ming. That's a Redneck Kebaps.
And on LaFamilia, we've got Blood Edge on Fulstad, Night Raven on May, Turno on Chen, Fira on Rhaegar, and Bronzebeard on Zul'jin.
Yeah, if Chen has a really good game and it's, you know, he carries the game, fair enough, but it just seems suboptimal to me. You know, it's not playing to Chen's strengths. Like, if he's a god Chen, then yeah, he'll carry the game, but...
Johanna is going blind build, obviously deal with that Zul'jin a bit.
Yeah, Q build from Falstad. I think that's probably the meta choice at the moment.
That pesky Aether Walker, Li Ming.
It's going to be slippery and hard to catch there.
Probably for avoiding Chen as much as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense. Blue team getting to their bruises early, makes sense with the tribute spawning Bart. Red team getting onto their camp now.
Brightwing's struggling to tank it though, so jump out having to help out a bit. This is the second time we've seen the Johanna just sitting in that bush, kind of waiting to have a chance to control the rotation a bit, but not really getting any joy. Chen's off to do bruisers, meaning ETC can just peacefully soak off lane.
Yeah, it's all quite passive so far. Neither team really, not really caring about fighting. Nobody. I suppose the red team, you know, they've got the Falstad Q stacks, they've got Zul'jin and his stacks obviously, but red team, blue team, sorry, are happy just to get camps, play the map. They don't need stacks, you know. But yeah,
pressure on Li Ming on the bot lane from Fulstad. He's got the camp behind him, and he can really chunk a Li Ming if patches are out.
Yeah, he's just sort of evening things up a little bit. Li Ming has poked away at that top tower on bot lane, so nice little advantage for the blue team there. But looks like a tower might fall in response here.
There's a lot of pressure in mid lane as well. Those bruisers still pushing in. Zul'jin can absolutely chunk the tower left to auto attack. Junkrat now picks up the siege camp, but while he's left, he's lost the entire gate and towers from mid lane.
Yeah. But like I said, red team missing their stacks. You know, they might, you know, struggle a bit here. They're not going to get their power spikes as early as they'd like, unless they can start attacking soon, really.
Brightwing's made it to top, so she's obviously ready to teleport. Chen took a lot of damage from ETC and had to tap, so Chen is not going to be the objective anytime soon. And how long can you poke this out with? The blinds from Johanna, Junkrat, Li Ming.
Like, yeah.
You can poke.
You can't. Yeah. By comparison, this Falstad will have to step up a lot further and does get power slid by the ETC, who's receiving a Brightwing teleport.
Very unlucky not being able to boot that onto the Junkrat trap as well. But Brightwing teleports in and dies. So perhaps not the macro value that you would have wanted.
Yeah.
Chen is still top though. It's a 4v4. I know they don't have a support, but they've got very pokey damage.
Yeah, this is what I was saying about the Chen. Like, it's taken him so long to just, you know, sort out top before being able to join this fight. That's why I think he's a bit weaker pick here. He's gonna have to.
What I love about the Chen is the fact he's been able to stay top and continue to get XP while his team just wins 4v5.
Well, yeah, that's credit to his team there.
Oh, May going in on the ETC, he managed to power slide out. Johanna going for an aggressive flank, there's no one following up on that flank though, so she's just going to take damage.
What do you think about the level of...
Goodbye, Fulstad.
Yeah, deleted.
Full combo.
Looks like blue team might just get this channel here, but there's minions pushing in on mid. Yemek is very low according to Linux.
I don't know if that's
Get
better.
it.
I've just moved my mic closer.
Let us know. Let us know if that's better or not before I turn him up even more. Chen
Turn
as
me
our
up.
yeah, Chen's getting a nice push on. Yeah, his team didn't need him. They stalled it out quite well.
They're 2/3 of a level ahead now.
Yeah.
But it's because Brightwing dies so quickly when she teleported in, so they didn't get any of that value. You gotta
Yeah.
make sure you're putting your Brightwing somewhere safe when she arrives, right?
Yeah, exactly. As I was saying before, the Brightwing teleported in. The red team can't really poke as well with Zul'jin Falstad. They have to step up a bit further, and the ETC tried to punish that with the slide on Falstad, but they just couldn't quite confirm that kill. As
ETC getting punished in top now, but he manages to power slide the Zul'jin on his way out, so stays alive.
nicely done.
I think Zul'jin was
A
a
bit
bit
better. We can
too
turn
eager
Yemek up a
there.
little bit more. Yemek an
Turn
extra
me
little
up.
bit. You keep me updated on the Yemek level. He's a bit higher now.
It's a bit late now. We're level 10 on the final game.
I know, right? Well, nobody said anything, and it's
And
the
I'm the
same settings
most
as last
important
time.
person, so you definitely want to hear me.
Yeah.
I'm the Kerrigan and he's my Zergling.
So we see LaFamilia hit level 10. They get the free tribute channel. We see Mighty Gust from Falstad, of course. Ice Wolf from May. Keg from Chen, so he's going to be causing absolute chaos. Ancestral Healing and Taz Dingo. As Linux would say, Taz Dingo, it keeps you alive for a couple of seconds longer, but it's no guillotine.
Yeah, but I mean, if you've got a Gust, an Ice Wall, and a Keg, maybe it does save you.
Maybe. You might be right.
There's a lot to displace, but given how
Yeah.
pokey Rednecks are being at the moment, I don't know if all this displacement's going to get that much value.
Yeah, we're going to see Falstad in trouble here. He might be forced to use his Mighty Gust. He goes out that way and...
he gets himself out of trouble and then straight back in it.
He's in. He barrel rolls into danger there and falls. Was he looking for an aggressive gust, maybe? Or I'm not sure what was going on there. Maybe he couldn't see
He did not know
who was
that
there.
he'd gotten himself out of trouble until it was too late.
Yeah, so that's going to be probably a free objective here for the red team. He going in, but he can't get in because of that slowing totem.
Oh, Johanna gets the blind though, so Rednecks are here. They're going to punish Chen a little bit. They're going to miss Chen a lot.
Here comes Blessed
Shield. Power slide. It's just not the damage to punish any of them.
Yeah, some nice Riptire damage. Chen's...
They can kill Chen here. Oh.
Here comes the Keg. He's just going to Keg out of there. Ancestral Healing used on May to top her back up. It's all but even so far.
ETC now, I'd just be thinking about going back to lane and letting...
Yeah, mid lane's really pushing with that bruiser camp, so you need to do something about that.
He can deal with that. They've got enough poke to stall it out. Johanna needs to get the memo and stay alive.
Yeah, she has no mana at the moment.
They all go after Li Ming, and Brightwing gets the channel, manages to sneak it.
Yeah.
They got that slight sense of greed and forgot about the objective for a second.
Yeah, but they do get the fort in mid, so I mean, some objectives you don't get a fort, right? But they didn't get an objective, but they got a fort, so seems like a good trade.
Yeah, well worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, ETC was obviously in top where it spawned, so didn't manage to get a stage dive value at all. Which is a bit of a shame for him.
Yeah. So we didn't really mention that he has gone stage
done.
dive. You were hoping for a mosh, but we do see the global
I can understand with the Keg as well why you wouldn't go mosh.
Yeah.
That was the nail in the coffin for that decision, I think.
That's fair enough. So Gust is back up in 5. Keg is up. Chen maybe considering a little cheeky boss steal there, but not quite there in time.
Just in time to avoid it. But look at, you've now got Brightwing, ETC bot, both not going to get global value.
Exactly, yeah, no global value to be had. Red team might be able to get the quick channel here, unless... ETC can interrupt.
ETC interrupts. And they're punishing May a little bit here.
Yeah, she's getting very low. There's the Gust and the Ancestral out to save her. Li Ming gets destroyed by the Zul'jin Falstad. Brightwing teleporting for her life, but she does fall.
Very, very hard team to disengage from there. Where you've got the slows from the Rhaegar and the Chen just jumping on you. You know, it's not quite as simple as walking away.
Yeah, so fort's falling in either lane because of the boss. Much more than that. Red team going full aggro on this bruiser camp. Blue team could contest this. Right wing can teleport in a moment. Here comes the keg, trying to knock the Junkrat in, but doesn't manage to.
I was going to say it's a good spot to get some Johanna value, but the keg causing so much chaos. Rhaegar gets out.
Yeah, May's in a little bit of trouble in the back here. She does slide out. Junkrat boots himself into danger, but he should be okay.
Barrel used, Gus used. I think LaFamilia are very happy to walk away alive here.
Yeah, Riptire and Blessed Shield are up for the blue team. So that if they're paying attention to those cooldowns, they should be quite proactive in this fight. Really go in, don't give the other team, don't give time for the Ice Wall and Gus to come back up and the Ancestral.
They've already proven they can delete May very quickly if she doesn't have that Ancestral heal.
Yeah. Johanna getting
a bit of pressure, but has a trait.
Yeah.
They've got the lane pressure as well now, so if they can draw this fight out, it's in the interest of Rednecks.
Yeah, we've already mentioned the poke they have to interrupt this. Here comes the keg on the back line, not managing to isolate anybody as ETC gets quite low, but manages to waddle out.
It managed to draw everyone away and make sure ETC didn't get any help, so there was value there. Johanna not quite able to interrupt.
That was very unlucky.
And Li Ming dies, overextending to follow up on the Johanna.
Johanna's going to fall as well.
ETC about to fall as well.
He might get out okay.
Nope.
No, he won't.
Nope,
will there be more kills though? There's no fort to protect them. Junkrat, quite a bit of danger here. Be very close, I think. Brightwing giving enough speed and heals just to get them out. Bit of a disaster there for the blue team because that seemed quite comfy for them. They had the lane pressure and then, yeah, I don't know. The keg, while it didn't ice, it kind of got the backline out of the fight, didn't it? Brightwing couldn't save anyone, and
it managed to isolate the ETC by leaving him alone with the enemies, basically.
Yeah.
Where are they heading? To mid? I'm surprised they went that passively up to mid.
Yeah, bit of indecision there.
Johanna getting punished, has unstoppable.
Yeah, decent bit of value from that.
I mean, they're 16. They're going to be happy getting camps, and I imagine the next fight will be over boss.
Yeah.
They can't give the next tribute. That's the good thing Rednecks still have is they have an easy curse to get.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Would you want, like, with that 16 advantage, would you want to be doing a bit more now? Because the bosses aren't going to be up. Like, blue team will have 16 before that.
They've got to go aggressive on mid with this siege camp, I reckon, with the bruisers.
They don't have too much longer with their advantage. Might not see too much.
Yeah, so they're all grouped up here. They're looking for it. Full stats making his way. Yeah, we're going to see this fight in mid, surely.
Yeah, we see ETC finally getting the global value, just pushing in that siege camp on top.
If Rednecks can weather this, they're still in an okay position because of having the tribute.
Yeah.
ETC's ready to stage dive from top if needed, but they're going for the gank on the ETC. Do you think he's going to sense trouble? Yeah, it's in the bush. He's backing. They're going for boss instead.
Yeah, looks like it. They can see the Chen spot, maybe.
I think when they realised they weren't getting that ETC, they weren't quite sure what to do.
Just see another trade of bosses, maybe.
Oh, Johanna.
Johanna being a bit risky here. She is a Johanna, but not the best place to get caught out here. There's a keg.
Not quite what it used to be.
Yep, there's a keg to meet her when she gets to the lane. So blue team starting on the boss while they know this Johanna's dying, but I think red team are just going to make a beeline for it, right?
Yeah, Johanna led them towards the boss as well, in a way.
Yeah.
I think they would have been better stage diving and getting the bite wing to the Johanna and trying to save her.
Yeah. Do you think Joanna would have got out of there with Falling Sword or not? Or do you think she was still going to be in trouble?
Depends how quickly she reacted to the Chen, to be honest. I think as soon
Yeah.
as that first keg hit, she was in trouble. Falling Sword isn't really that good for escaping. It's very slow moving.
Yeah, red team do pick up the boss. Chen and Falstad prevent the blue team from getting the quick tribute.
This is going to be a big problem for Rednecks now when the rest of the LaFamilia arrive.
Yeah, nice
Chen's
ancestral to
arrived,
save the Chen.
LaFamilia are here, ETC goes as well. Just not able to get the tribute quick enough. Chen doing too good of a job stalling it out.
Yeah, so that's another tribute over to LaFamilia. They're going to get 20 well before the Kebaps. So, yeah.
Boss in bot, and they're claiming mid keep for themselves, and I bet they go straight from mid keep to top boss.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one for the Kebaps here. You know, they need a good fight, but it'll be very hard to find one.
They're not going to have a chance to hit 20 now, I don't think. I think there's going to be 5 men coming down top lane with a boss, and they're going to be very hard pressed to defend it at level 18 versus 20.
Yeah, for certain.
These bruises are a good call here, particularly if they can pick up an innocent Chen kill. Go on, Chen, you know you want. He wants to contest it. He wants to
keg it, doesn't he?
That bit, that bit of glory.
So we see Wind Tunnel come out from Falstad, the upgraded Ice Wall from May, Purifying Brew from Chen, so a bit of an unstoppable, which definitely won't hurt against this team, which is chock full of CC.
I'm a little surprised that LaFamilia aren't pushing with the boss here. I mean, they've still got a chance to get there, but...
Yeah, this tribute doesn't really do anything for them. It's nice to pick up, but they could have Falstad on that, and then he could fly somewhere.
I mean, is he going to get a gust here?
Getting lucky in that Junkrat mine, nicely placed, just to keep an eye on them. Does boot the Falstad, he gets polymorph, but he should be okay. Nice cleanse from the Rhaegar.
He's very lucky there wasn't more of a follow-up there. ETC wasn't in a position to punish him.
So, red team collapsing on top.
The Johanna.
Here comes the Riptire, although Chen's going to dive the backline here. He's looking for that keg from behind. He knocks the Brightwing in, but she can teleport out.
He's taking keep shots.
Yeah, here's the Blessed Shield.
Nice power slide. But ETC's going to go down here. He's too overextended without any help. And now, well done by Brightwing to survive that. Full staff flying in. Aggressive.
There's the Wind Tunnel.
And everyone does manage to get away from that.
Yep, they're chasing that kill, and they do confirm it on the Junkrat. He goes down. Ming might just escape here. Yeah. Johanna's trying her best to stall them. Falstad falls very low and does die.
Zul'jin's very low as well.
Yeah, they've got 3 catapults attacking the core here. They need to deal with them right now. Johanna taking a lot of damage.
I'd be backing out just to be safe here.
I mean, they're putting so much pressure on this Johanna. She gets kegged in and she does fall. And I think that's GG. Yeah, Zul'jin can just click on the core for free now. There's the Taz Dingo just to confirm it. Yeah, very nicely done.
Well played by LaFamilia. Good comeback by them as well.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad for them after the first game. You worried, you worried for them, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and they clutched it out and turned it around.
One-sided. I just don't like the ETC pick.
Yeah, it didn't feel like they got too much value from it.
But I mean, well played. They kept their head, and I would say that the first game felt like a very well coordinated wombo combo from Rednecks that wasn't quite there in the other ones. We don't know when we're next casting.
Yeah, we've got a busy week of playing the game ourselves, so yeah, not sure yet. Maybe the weekend, unless something pops up before then. Yeah,
what I do know, importantly, is we have 27 people watching.
Yeah.
And Poppin would be very happy if a couple people followed him. Get those numbers up. Give him a follow.
Yeah. Hey, Blood Edge. Yeah, no worries. Well played.
That was very fun to watch. Yeah, could have gone either way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 2-1 LaFamilia, so continuing their momentum from a very successful Div 4 season. Kebaps looking strong. I know they've only sort of, I think, confirmed their 5th member recently.
Yeah, and
You know,
they're all Heroes Lounge vets, but they're a new team together.
yeah, they definitely.
Man, so.
Yeah, they had some good synergy going on, but you know, yeah, I think it'll only get better for them. I think they'll come strong after a good few games. Cool.
Yeah, that's it from me. If you're happy to call it a day.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Where are you going to send people on to? Who you're hosting?
So it looks like there's a couple of casts going on. Looks like okay, we're gonna host Sizer, but looks like his match has just finished. Is there any other matches going on?
I'm getting a load
Have a
of
look in there.
Heroes TCL at the moment coming up on mine. Oh well.
Okay, it looks like most of the matches are finished actually that are going on, so
that means it's just time for everyone to jump into Storm League now and find matches themselves, right?
I mean, I guess so, yeah, I don't know. You know what, just to spread the love, why not? We'll send it to Sizo, and then if he goes offline, well, oh well.
Then it's
Cool.
his job.
Yeah, thank you everyone for
Cheers everyone
tuning
for
in.
watching.
Cool.
Well played, everyone, as well.
Bye. Yeah, well played. Bye everyone.